Alright everyone, the slop needs to stop. And I don't mean your favorite AI brain rot memes. Don't worry, Triple T, you're safe with me. I mean this 4.4 meters per second slop epidemic we're currently experiencing in Dead by Daylight. Just as a general disclaimer, I think this mechanic of nerfing killers to 4.4 meters per second is incredibly outdated. I don't think it should exist at all. Even the strongest killers I'm going to present to you in the video, I'm going to give you my explanation as to why. I think the game of Dead by Daylight has gotten so much more inflated with strong survivor perks. The maps are more survivor sided with more palette generation. I wanted to get creative with the video today, so I made a tier list, and there's 3 different tiers, which I'm going to show you right now. So basically, my 3 different tiers are the first tier, which is the Y tier, which is the S tier for the video. This is the strongest candidates for being buffed immediately to 4.6. No idea why they're 4.4 right now. Second tier is the I sort of get it tier. I hear your argument, but I really think they need 4.6. And then in the bottom tier, we have the most controversial tier. I get your argument, I hear it, I understand it, but I still don't like 4.4 meters per second. So with that, let's get on to the tier list now. The first killer we have up right here, not even a debate at all, is the Hag. Why the fuck is the Hag 4.4 meters per second? I think back in the day, her power used to be a bit more oppressive for survivors to go against. And I think they also wanted to encourage people to use her power, which to me, if that's true that the developer said, that's a really weird reason to balance a character around. But I'm pretty sure any Hag player will tell you that if you buff her to 4.6, that'll make her a lot better to play, but still probably not even strong to begin with. It feels terrible coming out of your trap using your Hag power just to not be able to get a hit because you're so slow. As of right now, I think most Hag players will probably put her in about the C tier, or at least that's what I would personally put her as. And by giving her a 4.6 meters per second buff, that's still gonna only bring her to maybe the B tier at most. She still has a very punishable, kind of outdated power, but it's gonna make it a lot easier to get hits coming out of your power. And if you don't have time to set up traps because the survivors are too efficient, you're gonna be able to do a little bit more chase as well. Second up on this list, we have the Huntress. I think projectile killers back in the day were a lot more deadly than they are now. Maybe the maps were smaller, survivor had less second chance perks, generator speeds maybe seemed to go down a little bit slower, and there were less pallets back then. But now with the current state of the game, Huntress, she has a very punishing power. If you miss, you are so slowed from it that it takes you a while to recover and get back and chase. Everybody knows to greed pallets against the Huntress, making it incredibly punishing to play her. You have no map mobility, so you have to walk around the map at 4.4 meters per second no matter how quick your chase times end, and you have to reload your power as well. And when it comes to most projectile killers, if you don't reload, you're gonna get absolutely cooked. So right now, I would probably put Huntress maybe in like the B tier at most, and by moving her to 4.6, that might make her high B, low A, but that's not gonna put her even near an S tier killer. For the third killer, we're gonna do everybody's favorite, the old Deathslinger, sorry. Deathslinger, just like the Huntress, has a pretty good projectile power to use in chase. He can definitely get some double taps as well, but I think what really screwed him over was the palette generation that they decided to add to the game. It is very easy to punish Deathslinger's power because 1, there's always mind games available, and 2, working on the wrong side of a palette, you cannot down survivors. Like, it's pretty hard. You pretty much have to break the palette and move on. Deathslinger's power while aiming slows you down tremendously. You still have to reload and you lose distance during chase as well. And even if you're getting incredibly quick chases with Deathslinger, having to walk around the map at 4.4 meters per second absolutely sucks. For my personal tier list, I would put Deathslinger in the B tier, and by moving him up to 4.6, again, it's gonna be like Huntress, maybe high B or even low A. Doesn't even come close to the Nurse in terms of power. Please buff Deathslinger. Next one up is everybody's favorite, the old Trickster. I'm a Trickster main, so I feel very strongly about this opinion. I miss old Trickster. This rework is ass. The thing about Trickster is, yeah, it takes less blades to take a health state from somebody, but that's the thing though. You have to hit your blades consistently, so if you miss, you're cooked. And if you have to reload mid-chase, you're cooked. And that's the thing too, is when you're out of blades on Trickster, you have to go to a locker and reload. Trying to chase somebody as a 4.4 killer and trying to M1 them is the quickest way to lose a match in Dead by Daylight. They can maybe tweak his blade count a little bit to get it back up to being balanced when they move him to 4.6, but I still don't think that's going to take him from where I think he's in the B tier right now to anything past low A at all. He still has to reload, he still has a punishing projectile, and it's still easy to greet him because he's so slow while throwing his blades to begin with. Up next is everybody's favorite good guy, Chucky. I think back in the day, the third-person camera used to mean more, the stealth on demand, and not to also mention, but Chucky has gone through balancing hell ever since he came out with this game. He's still a good stealth chase assassin with a nice dash ability, but he has no map mobility at all. So even if you're two-tapping survivors and winning quick in your chases, you still have to walk your happy ass across the map. Also, his power too, with how good it can be in chase, is very punishing if you miss, and it's very easy for survivors to counter it if there's a nice window or pallet available. As for the third-person camera argument, the Crossue in head form, for example, she has a third-person camera, and she moves at 4.8 meters per second. I think by buffing Chucky to 4.6, you'll maybe move him from the B tier to maybe low A at most, which is totally fine by me. It's going to piss off a few survivor players, but it still doesn't come close to the nurse. Okay, that's going to end the Y tier, so now we're going into the second tier that I swore to get it. We're going to start here with everybody's favorite addition recently, Jason. I understand more why he's 4.4 because he has a very strong map traversal power, but I still don't like it, and here's why. Even when Jason comes out of his power on the map, he's still pretty slow coming out of the animation. It's very easy for survivors to predict. If survivors run sprint burst, you're fucked. And also for Jason's projectile, it slows you down tremendously while you're trying to aim it, which gives survivors room for counterplaying it. And if he misses, it's very punishing and easy for survivors to gain distance from it because you still have to go and reload. I understand that Jason also gets a 4.6 buff when he comes out of his power, which I do like that. But I think a lot of Jason mains will tell you that if you miss your projectile, you still have to play like a normal killer after that. And that speed boost while you're trying to aim your projectile is really not going to mean that much, honestly. I think if they just make Jason 4.6 permanently, it's going to still keep him in the A tier, which is where I rank him. He's going to be a little bit more oppressive for sure, but there's also still a lot of ways to counterplay Jason's kit to begin with in general. Up next in the same boat is Springtrap. Springtrap has a global power just like Jason. He also has a projectile as well. And Springtrap also gets 4.6 meters per second when he doesn't hold his hatchet. I understand a bit more because of the map mobility that Springtrap has, also the undetectable status effect that he gets when he comes out of doors. But if a survivor is ever in a position to actually look at the door physically, you can tell when he's coming out because of that little blinking effect on the panel. Also, Springtrap hatchet does not travel very far. It's heavy and fast, but it is very punishing to miss. You have to wait for it to come back. It's pretty easy for survivors to kind of think about what he's thinking whenever you're getting caught by him in chase. I think by just moving Springtrap to 4.6 permanently, that's going to elevate him from maybe where I keep him at the B tier right now to maybe A. And I don't think anybody's going to be mad about Springtrap being in the A tier. He still won't be as strong as the nurse. He's a licensed character from one of the biggest chapters we've ever released alongside Jason. Why can't he be A tier? Why can't he be 4.6? Up next, and the last one for this tier, we got Spirit. I understand why Spirit back in the day needed 4.4 because her chase power was probably incredibly oppressive. But the thing with Spirit too is that outside of your power cooldown, you're still a 4.4 meters per second killer, and that feels obviously really bad to play as. She gets absolutely bullied when out of her power when it comes to playing around windows and pallets. Also, survivors have just gotten a lot better in general as far as playing against her. And if the survivor's running Iron Willed and they're injured, you still have to put a lot of thought into using your power to begin with. When you miss on Spirit's power too, you get absolutely punished because it takes a while for it to come back, giving the survivor tremendous amounts of distance to make it to another tile and then start the mind game all over again. As of right now, I would put Spirit in the A tier. She is a really good, strong killer. I think she lacks the actual map mobility because even if you're doing short burst of your phasing around the map, you're still wasting cooldown on your power. And by moving her to 4.6 meters per second permanently, that might get her high A to even S tier, but it's not going to put her on the same level as someone like the nurse. She still has to play around windows and pallets. Survivors can hear the direction she's phasing. It's counterplayable for both sides. And to start the I get it more but still don't like it 4.4 list is everybody's favorite, Mr. Henry Creel. I understand it more with Henry why he's in this boat. He kind of has a power that I kind of compare to like the nurse in some ways. He has great map mobility while he's underground, and if you're optimized with landing your shots, you can definitely two-tap survivors very quickly and chase. And the survivors have some sort of a slowdown side objective, being they have to interact with the clocks. I think by buffing Henry from 4.4 to 4.6, that'll maybe elevate him from the A tier to the S tier. I do firmly believe that. Maybe they could tweak some of his like undergate attack speed. Maybe he can come out a little even slower, or he can traverse the map a little bit slower. But by moving him into 4.6, I think it's just going to make it a lot more friendly to play for everyone. Also, when you come out of your undergate after using your map mobility, it's very slow, very easy for survivors to punish, especially if they run perks like Sprint Burst. I think a lot of Henry mains will tell you too that when you come out of your power, it's going to take you a second to catch up to the survivor to get in range to comfortably land your shots. And they've made it to where it's incredibly punishing to try to M2 fake on him. Up next, I wanted to put this killer in here, and I don't really have a lot of information on the judgment yet. They have not dropped in live servers. That's where we're going to really be able to gather and analyze the info of how strong this killer actually is. I love her kit. I love the projectile, although it is very, very hard to use and very punishing punishing if you miss. I love the idea of sending survivors to a different side quest in a different realm that looks like Elden Ring. I think potentially she's either going to end up like in S tier, kind of on the same level in the nurse when it comes to breaking game mechanics. But the thing about her too is that she lacks map mobility. You're a 4.4 meters per second killer. Although you have a very strong projectile that can hit multiple survivors very, very far across the map, the range on your power is not infinite. Even if you're getting quick chases, you still have to traverse the map entirely. Not to mention her power has what I consider one of the highest skill ceilings in the game. So as of right now, we'll say she's in the A tier, and then if we buff her to 4.6, I will preemptively say she'll move into the S tier. This is going to be my most controversial take right here because she has not came out yet. I don't really know how strong she's going to be in the live servers, but I guess we'll just wait and see. I don't like 4.4 though. And lastly, the moment we've all been waiting for, the hottest take of this entire list right here, but I will tell you why I stand on it. It's everybody's favorite baby boy, the Blight. Now, when it comes to the Blight, I understand why they wanted to nerf him. I mean, I'm sure it didn't help that when people were going on multi-thousand win streaks with him from optics, that just looks bad for them as a company. Although I don't agree if that was part of the process in nerfing him. I honestly think with the Blight, they should have just done one thing, and that's nerfing the brain dead way, quote unquote, to play Blight. Break a pallet, rush immediately, catch a survivor in a dead zone, and down them or injure them. I think if they would have just took Blight, gave him the nerf where he loses rush tokens like the ghoul whenever he breaks a pallet, he would have been perfectly fine. I think that takes away the most uninteractive and fun way to play him and play against him. Survivors can still pre-drop and chain tiles together and still build a lot of distance that way against him, and it wouldn't feel miserable to play him now being 4.4 because when your power's at a cooldown, you're basically fucked. His power still is very, very high skill ceiling. You have to know what you're doing too. It rewards a lot of skill expression with it. Even if you want to get rid of one extra token to where he'll lose 3 if you break a pallet, that's fine. Just keep him 4.6 after that. I do think the Blight take I have is going to be the hottest take though. I'm sure some people probably did think that he needed a little bit of a nerf. Right now, honestly, with the way Blight is, I don't know if I can even put him in the S tier. I think he's more like high A. By giving him 4.6, I will firmly call him S tier comfortably, and he still won't be as good as the nurse, especially with that post nerf that he got with the pallets, but he's still going to be very strong and a very fun killer to play with. As always, if you like the content, make sure you feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. Come and say hello. CamSpookyCorner.com is going to have all my social links, including the Discord server. You should come join and hang out with me and other amazing people in the community. If you're interested in G Fuel supplements, whether it's their amazing hydration line, energy supplements, or their new creatine line they're rolling out, make sure you use code CAMS at checkout to save yourself 30% off and support your boy over here. I can't wait to see y'all's feedback on this video. I'll see y'all all in the next one. Peace out.